circle. All right, so it looks like we are going live.
Present and accounted for. We are here.
So why don't we begin? This is the two brothers and two sisters. You guys sometimes act like, all right.
No, we act like brothers. Oh
We
man.
fight, we get into it, we have conversations, we turn on each other like dogs in the street, but we, but we make it through.
That's right.
I got fired last week, but that happens.
This is three brothers.
Three brothers. Man.
This is three
This
sisters.
Well, we don't want
It's two queens.
we
It's
want to say it's three sisters.
Two queens and a king. How about that?
Two queens and a king.
Oh, boy.
Let's change it. Let's change it, Dr. Williams.
You want to hear that?
No.
Two
we
Two
queens and a
queens and a
king.
king.
don't.
Don't Darlene call you king?
Yes.
She's also drunk when she says that. So it doesn't count.
When I heard her call him king, I said, I'm done.
I'm sure
Yeah,
I'm done.
She's serious about it.
My wrist, right? Just let me bleed out.
She said, hey, king. I said,
What the?
what is happening here?
But
Yeah,
I'm sorry I was late.
Tonight as we start the show, Two Sisters and a Brother, the relationship podcast. We'll have a check-in with Andrea. How are you doing? You scooted out on us last week with some false pretense that something was psychiatrically wrong with you.
Well, it was my birthday last week.
No, it was
So,
not.
yeah, it was. That's last Thursday. So,
Mhm.
Alexandra told me she had a flood in her office.
Mhm.
So I rushed down there, went inside,
Now
with all these balloons.
now you're a fireman. Now that you're all grown up, you're an
I know.
astronaut, and now
We
You
wear
know what an
many
astronaut
hats.
is.
Many hats.
well, I didn't. I'm a little slow on the uptake. I didn't realize your birthdays are so close to each other. I didn't realize they were in the same room.
Weeks apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
8.
And today's Niecy's birthday.
Oh wow, we gotta give our birthday shout out. Niecy, get on if you hear us.
There's a lot going on 9 months ago, huh?
I know, because it's a lot of Leos,
Wow. Okay. So Andrea, you're doing better now. You put out the flood. You've redirected the water.
I did.
Around the Staten Island there. All right. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheryl, your birthday is coming up or already passed?
Yes, coming up next week, Friday. And I'm excited about it. I'm grateful. God has given me almost another year. I'm almost to the door. And I'm going away for my birthday. And I'm excited about that. So I'm in good spirits.
Very good. And for 72, you are looking just fabulous. So I
Thank you.
He said
Thank
72.
you. Yeah, I know. It's all good. I can hear. I have low vision. My hearing is excellent.
attack the right disability, Andrea. You're gonna attack
Okay, I'm sorry.
Somebody's laughing.
So Andrea and Cheryl, I know that you guys, you ladies, I'm sorry, had a topic that you wanted to pose or something you wanted to talk about. So why don't we
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Okay.
So the topic was, I think we discussed it previously, that I wanted to talk about red flags in a relationship. And so what I find is that when we think about red flags, we're always thinking about like the ultimate, like, well, make sure he's not abusive, he or she is not abusive, make sure that the person does certain things, but we never think about, are there levels to red flags? Maybe he's not abusive, maybe he's not an alcoholic, maybe he's not a drug abuser, but are there some other red flags that we should be looking for? And are there levels?
Yeah, because the red flags will graduate. You're saying you believe they get worse or they come in?
I think we ignore some of the lower level red flags. And I think we wait for, so if I say my deal breaker is being with somebody who's abusive, so that's my deal breaker. I'm never, as long as he's not abusive, we're going to make a go at it. But then I'm not thinking about, well, is he responsible? Well, as long as he's not abusive, this responsible stuff we can work out. But not being responsible is a huge red flag. But it's not the red flag I'm looking for. So sometimes we just kind of get caught up in, we're just looking for that blaring flag, just, swinging in front of our face. But it's the smaller ones that ultimately can be the bigger ones, or are the smaller ones just as important as the bigger one?
And I guess your question is also, is that a form of, by being irresponsible, is that a form of abuse?
Could it be? I don't know. Not necessarily, right? Maybe he's not responsible and he's not taking care of what he needs to do, but maybe it's not directly abuse to me.
Well, could it lead to, being not responsible, could that lead to you being open to abuse or a bad situation because
I ain't get my check this week.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I digress. I'm sorry.
this is not the unemployment.
I'm sorry. I'm having a flashback.
That's a good point, Dre. I think the lower level red flags get overlooked because we're focused on we have to make sure about the ones that are deal breakers and the ones that will be big. So those small things be overlooked. Like, he's not clean. He doesn't clean up behind himself. He leaves his clothes all on the floor. He doesn't hang up his things. Those are small things that would bother me. I like people to put things where they're supposed to go back to. So,
and you believe that he has, stuff left in his underwear is gonna.
I'm gonna see it if you left it on the thing, and now I have to.
We're talking about skin mark?
If that's a low level one, that's what do you think is going to happen after you see the?
Maybe a diaper.
Yeah, maybe he might poop. Maybe he might poop on himself in the bed in his sleep. Now that becomes a big flag. If I see poop on my bed, like that's not low level. That's high level.
Now we have a problem, Houston. We
have a problem.
So, I mean, I think about it that way also, because I think a lot of times in relationships, we're looking for some of the larger things in a relationship that could go wrong, but it's the smaller things that start to pile up. And then at that point, you're just kind of saying, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be here.
So could it be that we're also trying to look for perfect people and they don't exist?
Like no, I'm not looking for a perfect person because we know that.
Maybe a little, a little.
Maybe a little poop.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it. If you're already laughing about it, then don't say it.
A little turd in the bed is not.
I don't know who y'all around. Y'all shitting in the bed. That's a problem. Yeah, I don't think you need a woman. You need a home health aide.
Right, exactly.
Not a woman.
Or just a little pamper or something. Something that's I don't want to see a pamper.
But seriously, again, everybody's not gonna, be perfect. So maybe the little stuff, is that really a red flag? Maybe we should define what is a red flag, small or large. It's something that puts you in danger, them in danger. It's something that often they want to maintain as a secret. So I think we have to add a little more definition to what could a red flag be.
I think everybody has their own red flags. What would be a red flag for one person won't be a red flag for another person.
Here's an example for me. I think a red flag that could go unnoticed is I know this, you'll find this very surprising, but I can be very sarcastic.
What the hell? You? Oh, I can't believe that. Really?
Williams.
We never noticed that.
We didn't pick that up.
So that's why I wanted to share with you because I don't.
Oh, okay. Wow.
On the same
surprisingly.
Level. Yeah. So that could be a red flag in the sense that sometimes when people are looking for empathy and understanding, to me, it's, I'm making a joke about it or, making very, strong comments. So again, it could start out as just, oh, he's just sarcastic, but also at a time that requires sensitivity. And you're looking for that could be a challenge, and that could be that could be devastating to some people that hey, I'm looking for compassion, and you're thinking you're
sarcastic.
Right. So that's
a red flag.
Right. And so
that wouldn't be a red flag for me.
Really?
Because you're sarcastic too?
Okay. Shirley, I think you're going the wrong way.
Okay,
Oh shoot.
sorry. Aren't
It
you
seems,
like, are you out of your mind? I'm sorry. I messed
but
up.
watch yourself.
But
I
that's
know.
a good point, Andre. Maybe because you have that's a similar personality trait of yours. Maybe then you won't see it as a red flag, but
Mm.
get other people. And again, it's not, the sarcasm is one thing, but it's also like the quickness. It's like, it's like a jab, and it comes out of, a lot of people are not prepared for them, and they're like sitting there having an easy conversation, and then you come around, and so that could be.
It could it could also be mistaken for wittiness too. It depends on what you're saying. Like quick to say something. It could be witty, but also could be sarcastic. I guess it's the tone of it, what you're talking about that you're being sarcastic about, or what the person is bringing up to you that makes you say something sarcastic. But it could also be witty too. It depends on what's being said.
So according to Google, here's some red flags: lack of trust, low self-esteem, physical, emotional, or mental abuse, substance abuse, anger management issues, and codependency. So say you're dating someone and you trust them. They're not physically, emotionally, or mentally abusive. They don't have any substance abuse issues. No major anger management issues. Um, nothing. No, no anger management issues. So let's say you're dating someone and they don't have any of these things, but there are some other things that are red flags, right? So, according to the internet, it's saying these are the things you should be watching out for. These are the red flags. But you can be in a relationship where none of these things occur.
Well, here's an example. Could it be that they never have any money? Could that be a red flag? That they're always
Well, I don't want to be having no money, and my man don't have no money. Like, come on, like, could we? Come on now. Like, I think a woman could say that they don't, or I don't know about a man saying that they never have no money.
Okay, how about this one? So one of the panelists, one of the attendees said, "What about someone who is not working but states they're seeking employment soon, but it never
Could that be
happens?"
a red flag?
Oh, that's a red flag.
Well, the question is how long have they been seeking, and how many
Let's
times?
say let's say 6 months.
And how many times in the last
Months.
how many times in the last 10 years have they been in a cycle of seeking employment?
Let's say they were working at some point, maybe about 3 years ago, but then they decided they want to become an entrepreneur, and then
Well, entrepreneurs.
That didn't work through, that didn't go
entrepreneurs-
through. So now they're looking for a job, and they've been looking for 6 months.
mhm.
That's a red flag.
But
Is it
Cheryl,
red flag?
Maybe, yeah, because should it take 6 months to get a job?
well, there was some research years ago that said for every $10,000 that you're going to make, it's going to take a month to try to find a job for every $10,000. So if they're trying to find a $60,000 job, if that statistic is correct, 6 months would not be surprising.
Oh,
I just don't know how relevant that is today, post-COVID and blah, blah, blah. But that was something back in the day that people were told to plan. When you lose a job, it's going to take you some time. And then you also think about unemployment. What does unemployment do? They give you 6 to 12 to 18 months to.
yes, they do.
So let's say I introduced you to somebody and they had a business card and it says, I sell dog t-shirt. Yeah, I sell dog shoes. And I say, I met this guy selling, shoes for dogs. What would you think? Would that be a red flag?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, yes.
Why would that be a red flag? He's
Because
selling it.
dogs don't need shoes. They come with shoes.
You know, dogs need shoes in the winter. They paws can't be in the snow.
No, they're made. Those are year-round tires they got there.
Okay. Is it a red flag if I say, okay, I met this guy, he's really nice, he's kind?
Yeah.
But what if he's prosperous off of that?
Huh?
What if he's making money off of
Carol,
that?
if you walk down the street in the wintertime, how many dogs have shoes on?
Oh no, I don't. Not many.
Okay, so that's a red flag because I don't think you're going to make a big.
You're not going to make any money.
I don't think so.
They
I've
say
had,
sex
I've had a couple
toys.
of dogs, and none of them have
Sex
had shoes.
toys are high volume now.
Huh?
Sex toys. What if he said?
Hold a second.
Good night.
We've gone from
Good night. Good
turd
night,
to-
everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not where I should be.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
this might be.
Okay.
Andy Burris sells them for a living. So I'm saying, what if he had that card, Dree? That's a red flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sex
Yeah,
toys.
I would let
Because
you go sell it.
part of her ability to do that is she has a name that's independent of that, and she brought that name to that project. But
Mhm.
so a person that's coming off the street that says just, hey, I have sex toys,
Right.
I don't know if that brand is going to take off as well. But who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. Andy
I
Burris.
mean,
She added candy coated, she brought her name to that.
Right.
So, and she she killed it.
yeah, but does that mean we're supposed to sell those things? I mean,
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to sell that. I don't want to sell anything. I don't, I don't want to sell sex toys. I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to sell
Dog
things.
boots, you don't want to sell dog boots? Nothing.
Oh, I don't want to sell
okay.
anything.
So here's the thing. So he's selling dog boots. Okay.
Okay.
And he believes that he's going to sell these special dog boots and people are going to love them. Does that mean I should not give this man a chance because he's selling dog boots?
Well, I'd have to understand more about this business plan and where he thinks it's going to be the numbers. Just show me your numbers.
Right, sure,
Where,
right. Have you
where,
have
where are your
sold
numbers?
anything?
Yeah. Where are your numbers coming from? I just
Well,
need
his numbers is coming from. There's a lot of people that on the internet says that people are wearing.
I don't want to do the internet, buddy. Buddy, I heard your idea. We're gonna just go walk around the block 3 times and see how many dogs we find with shoes on. Or we're gonna go around the block and we're gonna ask people, "Hey, are you interested in shoes for your dog?" And once we do that round, but around the block a couple of times, if the numbers add up, okay, then I think we have an idea. But if not, if we ask 10 people and 8 of them don't even answer my question and look at me like I'm a little special, then I realize that maybe this idea is not for.
So that would be a red flag. You would say get rid of him.
And not get rid of them. I just
Well, that's
think.
what you said the last time I introduced you to somebody.
That's what
Huh?
Well, that's what he said.
number.
That's what he said the last time I introduced him to someone.
They were selling what?
What were they selling?
Yeah, but it was like this was the 5th.
We're not going to say what they were selling,
Exactly. This is like the 5th item they've been selling in a year.
Oh,
If you're going to sell dog shoes, just stick with the dog shoes. Let's dig in here because things take time. I don't want to hear.
dog
Bigot. That was good. No pun. No pun intended.
No.
Okay, everybody do the dog shoe. Let's go, guys.
And if any of our guests would like to join this
Yes, please somebody get in because this is just
raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
Get on here and talk about these dog shoes.
Oh yeah, and Robin loves her dog, and so does Bob. I don't see no shoes on that. I don't see no shoes on that big guy.
Yeah, Matthew be wearing a red bow tie and everything. Matthew gets hooked up.
But he ain't got no shoes.
No shoes for Matt. And no shoes.
No shoes and no sex toys. So
Not at all. Not Matt.
So honestly, you just got to really think about it, so it depends. So that would be a red flag. So maybe this guy's not abusive and maybe he's not this and that, but that's when the responsibility comes in. So are there levels again to red flags, or should you just be looking, is that a red flag in itself?
Well, the person may be not the best strategist, planner, entrepreneur. That would be something because reality is you're going on a walk with them. They're asking you to join their life and to be part of it. So wherever they go, you're going to go. So if they go down that, the path of, Misty says, I would run. And
would you take the dog with you if you were running?
Have a dog too.
Misty, would you buy dog shoes for your dog?
Let me see if I can get her to encourage her to talk.
Come on, ladies. I'm gonna
Misty, yeah.
Misty, you don't have you'd be on camera, but we have giving you the chance to speak up. Missy said no. She said, "Get lost." I ain't
Oh, come on.
people.
You don't have to show your face. Oh, she jumped off. She's
Yeah.
probably right down to the first floor.
Mm.
Everybody's scared. So they can. Oh, okay.
I'm asking her. She may. So I don't even have a dog
Oh
anymore.
my
I don't even know if a
gosh.
dog died. Why did you
Yay.
bring that up? The dog died. Why did you bring that up?
No, her dog is probably Goro. He probably was moved back with his original parents. I think she kept the dog for her nephew.
Okay.
Mhm.
No,
No,
Miss
he got
said,
put
you
out.
don't even know the story.
He got put out.
Well, it's better than being put down.
Exactly.
Right. But
All
no
right,
Get
chicken.
put out.
Sasha. What are your thoughts, Sasha?
Are there levels to red flags?
I think there are
Mhm.
levels to red flags. And I was the one that put the question about the job because just to be transparent, I was with someone and who was an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
had a job previous years, and from the beginning, a year ago, it was I'm going to find employment if this doesn't work out. But that never happened.
Mhm.
And I don't want to go too much into detail, but finances became a problem. And I just felt like after 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, I didn't really see any change and the business was not taking off. So for me, I'm a realist. I think about retirement. I think about paying my bills. I think about saving, traveling, just doing things. And this person really was like, I'm going to make it big someday, but they were in a lot of debt. And it was a year of convincing, I'm going to be big, you're going to be fine next year, you're going to be fine. But I it was a year of this and nothing really changed. So I was very supportive in the beginning, and then I felt like, I don't know, I just maybe I got fooled, or I didn't see the red flags in the beginning.
But Sasha, could an argument be made that that was just one part of the person? So maybe their domain of finances was not the strongest, but what were they like when it came to family and friends? What were they like when it came
Oh,
to recreation? What were they like when they came to? So was there any other redeeming? We're all going to have something that's not going
there,
to be. I'm sorry.
yeah, there were other redeeming qualities and things that were great about this person. But this is also, finances was okay. The reason why I bring it up, I don't want to put someone's business out there.
Yeah, because my knee is not good, and I can't.
Yeah, I don't want to
I don't
put,
want nobody
anyway.
chasing us down. So.
Yeah, I just feel like when you have a lot of responsibilities, you don't play around and not take care of your business and put yourself deeper and deeper into debt. And that's what bothers me. And for me, that's problematic. I'm a mother, I have family, I have things to take care of. So for me personally, it was not a good fit. For
But
someone else, they can probably stick through it and try to work with
let
it.
me ask you
I
this
tried
question.
my best.
Okay. Let me ask you this question, Sasha.
Hmm.
Financial literacy is probably the premier challenge for most people, that they're just not really literate about money and how it works, and what are mechanisms to help it to grow. So if I asked you, for the both of you, what kind of financial literacy opportunities that you take advantage of yourself and jointly, and also if he had did it independently? Because it seemed like that was the deficit, but I'm asking you what activities were going on in that area to address that deficit, to turn that red flag into a green flag.
Um, I'll tell you, I just to summarize in a nutshell, we've had plenty of conversations. This person had a lot of people that they spoke to, a lot of people with money. But the mindset was you have to spend money to make money. And even though I voiced my opinion, I talked about the facts and all the issues surrounding that. Right now, for this particular person, just wasn't good. You need a 9 to 5 while you're doing your entrepreneur thing. You need to have some money coming in. They
So you're
really
so you're
seem like then they
you're feeling that they were given awareness training.
yeah, enough. Yes, they were. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And this is somebody that fell on hard times years ago, a couple of times actually. So it's always, I'll bounce back. It's fine.
Mm.
So, like I said, it may not necessarily be a red flag for other people, but for me and the way my mind works and the way I move around in this world, like I can't see myself.
Let me ask you a follow-up question, Sasha.
Sure.
You said a year. Why did it take?
That was my next question.
It took a year because the conversation was, I'm not working right now. I'm going to focus on business. I'm doing some other stuff on the side where I am getting income. There was some income coming in. But if the business doesn't work out, I'm just going to apply for a job. I'm going to go back into the field, my old field.
Mhm.
And that never happened.
Mm.
I worked with the person, tried to help them. But that person didn't seem like they were interested really in getting a 9 to 5
Let me
again.
ask you a question. Does a year sound like a good time to give people a chance? As opposed to 2 years, as opposed to 2 months? How did you
And
decide that a year was
for me, it wasn't just that issue. There were other issues.
okay?
There were other issues. There were definitely other issues.
So again, that only begs the question even further, that it wasn't just the finances, there were other things that were
Yeah.
going on for a year.
Yes, but that was one of those things where I thought, like, in the beginning, oh, this person has a lot of ambition. This is great. It may have been. It turned
Sasha,
into
I want you to listen to yourself. Yes, that's what you thought about that, but then there became other issues as well
yes,
that
yeah, right.
compounded that
Yes,
were also red flags. So I guess
yes,
the question that was posed was,
Yes.
are there small or are there large red flags? But I guess the next question is, how many red flags do you
there was a few. It was a few.
This is the United Nations here, where
Yeah.
there's a flag for
But
every
maybe they
country?
were low level flags. So they were so low to the
I
point
don't who
where
cares if the flag is half mast or not. It's still
No.
a flag.
I think what happens as women, and I can't speak for all women, but for me personally, what I tend to do is, oh, I don't really believe in, for example, one of the issues was this gender role thing. I don't really believe in gender role. I believe in, helping each other out. There should be a balance and blah, 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 whatever. This person didn't believe in that. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, we're going to work through this. I'm not going to be the one at home doing everything and working 9 to 5 and you just whatever. So every month it got worse for me. I'm like, I don't believe in, I should have known from the beginning. That's what it was. It should have been a red flag for me in the beginning, knowing that this person had specific beliefs and what a man should do in a relationship, what a woman should do in a relationship. And what I was saying was given no thought, basically. And I would say I was manipulated, but also I have a mind of my own. I should have realized that this person was not going to bend at all.
But it sounded like their belief was in very traditional roles, that the man was the provider. No,
Yeah.
so that's what they believed in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
believed in, but it was
In practice.
here that Sasha
Yes.
was a provider,
Yeah.
and he may have gotten comfortable and didn't. He's like she said initially. She thought the guy had ambition, and she
So
thought he was gonna make it through. But
could it be said on both sides that you became comfortable being uncomfortable?
Yes.
on both
I would
sides.
say halfway through, absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Mhm. Like this is what it is, and I'm just gonna ride with this until I don't want to ride anymore.
And I can't blame him 100% because I play a role in this.
We always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you think about like the red flags I was originally talking about, lack of trust, low self-esteem, physical, emotional, mental abuse, substance abuse, anger management issues, codependency, would you say that you've seen any of those red flags?
Not really. Well, maybe
Right.
some of the anger stuff, but yeah.
The anger, she said,
Okay.
Wasn't directed at me.
but you've seen him angry.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're looking for these red flags, and in most relationships, we're looking for the like major things that are wrong. So when someone comes and say, hey, I want to sell dog shoes, and we show you my great ideas, you may say, all right, well, let me see what you can do, because you're already taking care of yourself. So it's not a major deal what this person has, because, all right, well, I have my own, I'm going to take care of myself. You're doing your thing. But then at some point, when you start to really think about your future and you're saying, well, he's selling dog shoes. I don't know how far we're going to get with this. And that's
Yeah.
when some of those low level red flags become a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we look for major
What's
things.
what's your advice, lesson learned? So what do you take away from this experience, and what do you want others to take away from your experience? What advice do you have to share?
It's plain and simple. Listen to your gut, your intuition, because I knew from the beginning that it would not work out. Like, this wasn't a good fit for me. And I just kept going. And I think we need to stop thinking about just having a companion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on your situation. Like, I'm looking for a life partner.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for a life partner, think hard, dig deep, listen to your intuition.
So at any point, did you feel he was a partner?
No.
Sasha?
Yes.
The more you talk, the worse you make.
I'm serious. I probably in the beginning, the first few months, but then after that, I was second guessing the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying, and I didn't know, and that's the problem that I have. I'm really bad with communicating, especially in relationships, and I'm working on that. So you have to be a good communicator, clear and concise. Talk about your needs. That's what I struggled with every single relationship I've been in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so a new segment that we're adding to the show is a moment of prayer for.
Let's bow your heads,
What
please.
you to pray for, Dr. Williams?
Oh my Lord.
Well, I know, to God be the glory. Today we're going to have a little prayer.
Amen.
So here's what it says on AI overview. Some qualities to look for in a partner include honesty, kindness, forgiveness, communication, and a sense of humor and consciousness.
So say them again, Andrea.
Honesty, kindness, consciousness, forgiveness, communication, and a sense of humor. Those are the traits of a good partner.
And so, Sasha, when you hear that list, what of those could be checked off? You want to read them again, Andrea?
Honesty.
Yes or no, Sasha?
Yes, I would say.
No, not all the time. Go ahead.
Okay. Relationship was.
Thank you, Cheryl, because I know you were there to experience some of these things.
I'm thinking about, not all the time. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Kindness.
Yes.
I thought you said they got mad. And they got mad, they weren't kind.
Kindness towards
her. She said he didn't get towards her.
Yeah, but she witnessed it.
He just whipped somebody else's ass, not hers.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, like.
And that's what I was saying in the beginning. That's
not me.
You outside like, oh.
What's the next one? Go ahead. What's the next one?
Okay. Forgiveness.
No.
Acceptance.
Issue with forgiveness and acceptance.
Communication.
No.
Mine was
Cheryl.
my communication was poor. His communication was, he was fluid. He spoke about everything. Yeah, he was good.
Well,
good communicator.
Well, being a good articulator doesn't make you a good communicator. Because you sound good doesn't mean you're saying what you. All right.
I like that. So let's talk about that. Were you on to something, Dr. Williams?
Okay.
So you could articulate something. Explain that. Go ahead.
You can articulate lots of stuff. Doesn't mean you're saying anything. So just because, and people will compliment sometimes other people like, oh my, you talk very well. Yeah, but about what? But what am I?
That's true.
It doesn't mean that, just because I can put some words together doesn't mean I'm saying anything.
Saying things.
Am I
Okay.
also one of the things lots of times in relationships is people want to know who you are. Did you tell me anything about you? I don't care about what happened on television or what happened at work. I want to know what's going on in your mind. What are you feeling? What are you desiring? So again, communication is really an effort to try to be authentic and genuine, not to be, and often people can report the news, and that's often what people with good communication skills do. They report the news, but you're really like, I want to make news with you. I want to make, something happen. That's different.
Mm.
Not everybody can report the news. Not everybody can make the news.
Mm. You go ahead, Dr. Williams. So that's the quote of the day. Just because you're articulating doesn't mean you're communicating.
I didn't say that, but you said that. That was very good.
Oh, well.
So if somebody says to me, hey, listen, these dog shoes is gonna make a lot of money and we're gonna be rich one day. I just need you to hold tight and wait. Well, I'm really gonna think about my future. I want to retire at some point. Your retirement will happen once we get the dog shoes off and running. Is that communicating or he's just articulating?
He's not articulating his concept. Doesn't mean any communicating would be, let's talk about the plus side of that, the downside of that.
Yeah.
So that's communication. If
Yeah.
they're so stuck on their model, and every time you offer a variant to the model, like, no, they have to be brown shoes with, leather soles, and then that's articulating. That's not communicating.
Wow.
Let's give it up for Dr. Williams.
Yes, that was great.
I've been telling him this stuff. This is why I try to get him on the podcast earlier before you guys start. We usually have a conversation so I can help him with some of his thoughts.
Probably dropping hearts.
What I need to say, and I listen every week.
You're doing well.
Not here last week because she was dealing with the flood. I felt very destitute. I felt bad. I was going to hurt myself. But
okay, here's another one. Sense of humor, Sasha. Did you laugh?
No. Which is
No.
I love to laugh. I love to laugh, and I did not laugh.
It was funny.
Too, Sasha. Love it. I'm going
that was funny. Ain't not a damn thing funny. You want to laugh, motherfucker? I'm trying to get my shit together.
These dog shoes off.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to get these dog shoes off the ground, and you want to make jokes?
Exactly. This is
Rough,
serious
rough.
business.
Exactly.
We laugh later. We can laugh later. We don't laugh now. But Andre, I think the concept of having that report card and a checklist, just to ask yourself some questions, I think is a really, really good tool. Because I think often when you ask the question like, should I be with this person, as opposed to looking at these 7 things and should I be with the person, I think you get yourself in a whole different location. All right, Sasha, we hope that we have solved all of your life's problems.
Don't forget,
Find me a life partner.
they sell dog shoes.
Yes, exactly. We're going to find someone.
Trot away.
Thank you, Sasha, for calling
Trot,
in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha.
You're the best.
Bye, guys.
All right, be good.
Bye.
All right, as we get ready to wrap up tonight, Cheryl Lynn, what's your thoughts? And then Andrea, and then
Well, I'm just gonna stick with the quote. Just because you're articulating doesn't mean you're communicating. That's gonna be on my checklist.
Yeah, I like that one. I'll go with that one. I know I had originally said it previously,
yes,
but I'm gonna keep that concept in mind.
yes. Andrea, you want to close this out with our? Hold on a second.
Yes, we're gonna talk about you guys sharing, liking Cash App, Two Sisters, $ 2 Sisters and a Brother. Our website is Two Sisters and a Brother. You can also email Dr. Nathaniel Williams and Williams@drnathanielwilliams.com for any of your questions.
This is the wrong one because the one that I had all of our emails on it, so I'm not sure.
Okay, well, they could just email you. You have a lot to say. So like, comment, share. Tell your friends, give us some questions. If you want to hear a topic that you want us to discuss, you don't have to get on. It'd be nice if you get on, but just, share the topic and we'll bring it up next week and we'll talk about whatever situation you got going on. We get on baby daddies too. We get them all. Exes too, everybody. We checking them out.
I'm
All right.
checking them out.
Until
Mhm.
until next week.
Yes.